Okay, it's killing the game, mate. It's not the same game it used to be. You know, we all sat on our couches last night, watched TV, and I guarantee you, if Jared Gillett was the VAR last night, would have got a different outcome. So you just don't know what you're going to get, and you're standing around for 12 minutes. It's killing the game, but no one cares about that. I think everyone loves the drama, the controversy. I'm sure there'll be 24-hour sort of discussion around, and I think that's what everyone wants. They're not interested in really that it's just killing the spectacle of the game. You know, if the referee saw that and then he needs to see that for 6 minutes, tell me what's clear and obvious about it, mate. Just a clear explanation. What's clear and obvious about? Last night we all sat on our couches and saw one replay and gone, oh my God. Tonight we sat there and we waited for 6 minutes for something that apparently the VAR official Jared Gillett thought was clear and obvious. It's crazy, mate. It's madness, but we accept it. And when you accept something, I guess you have to take the
to talk about facts, because I think it's important. I don't want to play mind games too early. I think that they want to start. So I was taking some facts. Mr. Ferguson, and it's a fact, he was charged for the FA with improper conduct. He was very clear the other day, and it's a fact. I am not playing mind games. I am talking about facts. I am talking about facts. I am not talking about my impression, things that everybody can see every single week.
How do you see the remaining games and the teams below you after tonight? There's no easy games. Easy games in the Premier League. No. On the face of it, you've got the toughest run in.
Yeah, well, we know that, but we've got to cope with it. So I can't waste a lot of time now thinking about what everybody else has got to do, because tonight is a good example of, if you don't take care of your own performances and results, then it comes back to bite you where you don't want to be bitten.
What was the result? 3-0. 3-0. Do you know what this means? 3-0. But also mean 3 premierships, and I won more premierships alone than the other 19 managers together. 3 for me and 2 for them. Respect, man, respect.
So the season over, what's next for you? I mean, do you have a meeting with the club to talk about the season?
Obviously we will have a meeting, but I don't know when. I have to wait. Now the season is finished. The club can judge my job and after that they will take a decision. We have to wait. But we didn't arrange a meeting until now.
Obviously the club will judge your performance. How would you judge your performance over the season?
I think that last year was really good. This season was not so good.
What do you expect to happen though?
I don't know. I wait and see what happens.
Roll on VAR. We know whether I'll be too old to see VAR, but that's why you need VAR, because if you can't see offside from across with a flag it's not even close. It's almost like not who you play, it's who you get to referee and who's going to have a flag in their hand. Nowadays, are just as important.
I'm really surprised at how, what's the word I'm looking for, how people in this country are so easily letting the game change so much so quickly. It's changed more since VAR has come in, and I've been involved, I think, in the last 50 years. We never used to debate offsides, we never used to debate handballs, we never used to debate holding in the box, we never used to debate so many things. I just thought people would be a little bit more protective about the sanctity of the game. Why isn't anyone speaking up about it? Especially in this country who, for all intents and purposes, you guys think you're the custodians of the game. You've got a song that says it's coming home, this is your game, and yet it takes an Aussie from the other side of the world to be the one that's most conservative about change.
Can you convince the players and the fans that you can turn this around, and do you believe it yourself? And can you convince the board if you need to? And how can you do it? Tell us how you can turn this around.
Well, I don't need to convince anybody. Our run is magnificent in the other competitions. We're not in the Premier League. That is the reality that we face, because our slip-ups at home haven't allowed us to be in a better position. We are to play a quarter-final with West Ham for the League Cup, and we are in the last 32 and waiting for a draw tomorrow in the Europa League. where some big teams are as well. So you know, our form in the Premier League is not there. Our ambition to win trophies is still.
There have been a few things swirling around about your future. Doesn't a night like tonight, when you're out there kicking every ball, you're showing the passion, underline that you're the man going forward?
Yeah, I'm very calm. I'm doing my job with my staff, and
loving your job.
Yeah, no, but I'm not bothered about that, you know. So we showed also tonight, and I can't be more proud than what my team showed. Not for me, but for themselves and for West Brom. And the other things out of my control. And to be fair, I'm not even that bothered.
Like my friend is saying, the fans are saying that. Now the fans are shouting every week, Louis van Gaal's army! Louis van Gaal's army! So also the fans are very satisfied with Louis van Gaal. And my players are also satisfied with me.
There were, as you know, widespread media reports going into this game that your position would be reviewed after it. Even though you've not won, would you like to think the board, the owner, have seen enough today to give you more time on this project?
What I already said, you know, I'm focusing on what I can control, and that was this, and what I already said. I couldn't do much more than this, and you know, I will sign directly every time if we created that much chances against every other team, and I'm sure then we get the reward what we normally get.
I've got big problems with the people who are running football, and I'm not a big enough person for them to even bother listening to me. But I know the reasons I think the game's in trouble, and you cannot have a Bosman ruling that they've got in a moment. That is the be-all, the end, the start of it and the end of it all. Because for me, Man United have helped Wayne Rooney's career. They bought him for 30-odd million, and he's going to be allowed to walk out of there if he stays and sees his contract out for nothing. And that's the game's fault. That's the people at the very top of the game's fault, because our rules were brilliant. If he was offered the same amount of money again, they could hold his registration and someone would have to pay the fair amount of money for him. If my car went over a certain age and I bought it off a garage, I wouldn't expect that garage to be able to come and take it back off of my drive for nothing.
You said the board were a little bit worried even before this game. Is dropping into the bottom three, losing like that, something that will concern them more?
Yeah, but that's normal, because that's football. We played till so far 9 Premier League games, and we played against the first 5 of the Premier League of last season. But this is not the position on the table what is good for Everton, and I understand. I'm working a long time in football. I'm managing a long time, and don't tell me what can happen. But first of all, I don't think it's too late.
Arsene has also said that comments coming from managers saying that they are not in the title race come out of a fear of failure. Do you have a fear of failure?
You know, he is a specialist in failure. I'm not. So if supposedly he is right and I am afraid of fail, it's because I don't fail many times. The reality is that he's a specialist, because 8 years without a piece of silverware, that's failure.
What do you try next to try and get some of these players going, to try and get this team going?
Well, I don't know another way than work at the top level, which is what I do every day. And again, I have to be honest and say that day by day in training, I have no complaints with the players. If I look to some matches and I feel frustrated with the difference between what they do in training and with what they do in matches, clearly yes. But I have to be honest with them and say that every day in training, I enjoy to work with them because they want to work.
Top 4 gone now?
Yeah, clearly yes.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
The last 48 hours has revealed to me the foundations are fairly fragile, mate, so that's what I feel. I just think that's, like I said, the last 40 hours has revealed a fair bit to me, and that's all right. That just means I've got to go back to the drawing board with something. Outside, inside, everywhere. It's been an interesting exercise. it's just my observations, mate. I'm not going to tell you because it's for me. I'm the one that's got to do it. So, you know, you can make your own fairly accurate assessment of what's happened. And I understand I'll probably misread the situation as to what I think is important in your endeavour to become a winning team, but that's okay. That's why I'm here.